As a kid, there was two genres of game I always played. Platformers, mostly Mario and Sonic. I was a huge Mario Glazer as a kid. And the other genre is obviously fighting games. I mean, come on. At the young age of 6, I think, my brother gave me the Player 2 controller of Mortal Kombat 9, and the rest is history. I learned inputs, I learned combos. I played other games like Tekken 5 DR, Street Fighter 4 on the Xbox 360. I was playing fighting games so much, I was able to match with my brother and whoop his ass. Can you believe that shit? But anyway, I put up a poll because I had several ideas for a video, and this is what y'all wanted. Now, this was a very hard list for me to make because I like a lot of fighting games. This is how I'm gonna do it. The first couple of games I talk about aren't ordered because it was too hard for me to order them. They're like pseudo honorable mentions I just want to talk about, and the last 3 are ordered. So enough, let's do it. Fuck Bandai. It hurts my soul what they've done to the Soulcalibur IP. Too scared to bring it back because they're afraid it won't sell. But they will gladly fund their next heist disguised as an anime fighting game for the 1 millionth time, and niggas will still fall for it. This series' legacy means something to me, bro. Soulcalibur 1, praised for breaking boundaries graphically when it came to playing fighting games at home instead of at the arcade. If you go on Metacritic, all the reviews are talking about how awesome the graphics were back in the day. Soulcalibur 2, known for its console-exclusive guest characters. Xbox had Spawn, which was alright. PS2 had a Heihachi, you know, he was the only character whose weapons was his hands, but apparently the PS2 version was supposed to have Cloud from Final Fantasy, so kind of a downgrade. But the GameCube version made up for it because that shit had the motherfucking Hero of Time, Link. A Nintendo character in a traditional fighting game will unfortunately probably never happen again, outside of like Mugen, I guess, but that's a whole nother ball game. Soulcalibur 3, I've rarely heard anything about Soulcalibur 3 before I played it, but dog, this game might have some of the best stages I've ever seen in my life. These shits look like paintings, dog. Why has no one talked about this? Also, Soulcalibur 3 is on the PS Store. Go buy that shit, please. Soulcalibur 4 has Star Wars characters in it. You can play as Darth Vader, stiff ass, Yoda, small ass, and the dude from Star Wars Unleashed. I forgot that nigga's name. But unfortunately, Soulcalibur 4 is the worst feeling Soulcalibur to play. All the other Soulcalibur games have fluid 8-way movement, but in Soulcalibur 4, you can only move forward, back, left, right, like every other 3D fighter. But this game ain't that bad. Now, Soulcalibur 5, this game and 4 are viewed as the bad apples of the series, but I'm sorry, y'all. You can't make me hate this game. I got mad bias towards Soulcalibur 5. Y'all don't understand how much nostalgia I get going to the character select screen and hearing,
"Welcome back to the stage of history."
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
This game is slightly better than Soulcalibur 4 in terms of movement, and the stages are beautiful visually, in my opinion. Now, Soulcalibur 6 is the last game in the series, and I say they left it off on a high note. They rebooted it, so all the phonies who replaced the legacy characters in Soulcalibur 5 are gone. They brought back the 8-way movement. They've got a good selection of guest characters. Nier from 2B, Henry Cavill, Halmaru from Samurai Showdown. All fun characters to play, but there's one thing I never mentioned when glazing these games: the customization! This is the real stage of history, nigga! I don't know who was the crackhead who thought of making a turn-based fighting game, but whoever it was, that man cooked! Looking at this footage, you're probably asking, how the fuck is this turn-based? It looks like one of those sick-ass stickman fights. Well, this is just a replay. This is the meat and bones of the game. This game is literally fighting game chess, having to think about what you or your opponent is going to do next after every turn. And after every match, you get a live replay on how the match went down, which usually looks cool most of the time if you didn't get washed. That's cool and all, but where this game really reaches its full potential is the Steam Workshop. Fan-made original characters, recreations of other fighting game characters, anime characters, memes, obviously. This game is one of the most unique interpretations of a fighting game I've ever played, and you should definitely invest $5 into this game. It's worth it. Alright, let's move on to the numbered rankings. I fucking hate Tekken! 8. I don't know what Bandai puts in this game to get me so consistently angry, but whatever it is, it keeps me coming back. So do I truly hate this game? Yes, I've been blessed from birth with melanin on my skin, so naturally loving Tekken was going to be a canon event. Tekken 5 DR carried the fuck out of my childhood. Its intro burned into my retinas. The game to give you my second most consistent fighting game main, and the second best soundtrack in all the Tekken games. Yes, I said second, because the first is Tekken Revolution. I know none of y'all remember this shit. This track brings me back to a time where I could block in a Tekken game and not be punished for it. Sounds like a fairy tale nowadays. But yeah, I don't have to sell you on Tekken. It's fucking Tekken, man. Come on. This is my favorite Street Fighter because I don't suck balls at this game. This game allowed me to be at least half decent at a Street Fighter game, and I love it for that. Before Street Fighter 6, I was spending hours playing Street Fighter 5 for basically no reason because I was not improving at all.
Do you see what the fuck I'm talking about?
I was hard stuck in bronze. That's how bad it was. But when Street Fighter 6 came around, the game clicked with me because of the modern controls. While modern controls are very limited compared to classic controls, it allowed me to understand the fundamentals of Street Fighter instead of pressing buttons hoping I would do something cool. And when the game dropped, I told myself I was going to main Marissa, but I sucked. So eventually I got around to playing Guile, and I got to platinum playing the most mid modern Guile. Then I went back to Marissa, and I still sucked. So I watched like 2 minutes of Pro Marissa gameplay, and I went from bronze to platinum on classic Marissa. I'm at a point where I can casually enjoy the game. And shout out to this game for at least trying to add a cool single player story with World Tour and the character customization, but unfortunately World Tour kind of sucks. The only good thing to come out of World Tour was being able to call Chun-Li thick. But yeah, this is the best Street Fighter for beginners and people who suck like me. Purchase it right now if you want to get good at fighting games. Experiences are the core of every game, not just fighting games, and my experience with this game cemented it as my favorite fighting game. Before this game dropped, I was desperate to play it. I tried emulating it on my old laptop, and it ran like this. No joke. I played it through a fan-made PC port of the arcade version where I had to deal with Windows deleting it because it thought it was a virus. I don't even think you can find those files anymore either. I dusted off my old PS3 and bought it off the PS Store, but I ended up hacking my PS3 anyway, so it didn't really matter. And finally, during the Persona 25th anniversary, a port got announced during a Nintendo Direct,
And the nigga was about to cry, man.
all that work to play Persona 4 Arena, and you're probably thinking, was this game even worth all that trouble? Nigga, yes! This game has some of the most fun gameplay out of any fighting game I've played. It's the perfect mix of beginner friendly, but mechanically depth for fighting game experts. Kind of like Dragon Ball FighterZ. Not really, Every character in this game is fun as shit to play. Yu Narukami, by far my favorite Shoto in fighting games. He's Kai Kisi if it wasn't boring as balls. Kanji, the second most fun grappler in the fighting game. Some characters even have their own mechanics, like Naoto. When you're playing her, she puts a little icon under her opponent's health bar, and when that counter reaches 0, she can instantly kill you if she lands a super. Junpei, he's got a baseball mechanic, which I've got no clue what it does, but it does something. Rise, a technical but fun zoner who literally has a rhythm game for one of her supers. The story mode is just a visual novel, so I didn't play it, but I'm sure it's fire. And since it's a Persona game, I get to bump the bangers while I'm whooping ass.